Okie dokie. Only 30 minutes of time today, but I gotta prioritize sleep. I'm gonna make it a good 30 minutes. I filed for an LLC. And I'm figuring out a logo. That way I have a company. I gotta do some shit. I was also researching Arduinos. So I brand a microcontroller. So I can take a scent emitter, an oil diffuser or something. Basically take a liquid and put it in the air so that you can smell it. But my goal is to activate it with C++ on my computer so I can activate it in an Unreal Engine. Alright? I think I said this yesterday. But the scent diffuser are tomorrow. I'm gonna disassemble it and see what the hell I need. Probably a relay and a breadboard and Arduino and some other shit. I don't know, a lot of stuff. And then I can put custom scents in it and then experiment. Test some hardware shit out so I can become a hardware guy too. So, get some business cards going and start making some shit. Not promoting it, but doing it so that I'm forced to become whoever I am on the business card. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, and I can put all of my innovation related stuff in building things and any computer related, or well, not computer related, but anything related to my programming and VR endeavors, which my LLC will oversee, and I can get some taxes back on that shit too. So that's just an added extra thing. I did not plan to the decision to create the thing. The idea is that I agree with this guy's philosophy that if you have a deadline in the if you have a deadline in the morning 3 days before and you aren't set on, you know that you're going to fulfill the deadline but you're not actually doing anything about it, it's like making the thing actually due early. It's putting the pressure on by having a business card with what you are on it and your company and the products you do and the shit you have to do. There's like an extra impetus, some extra pressure to do those things and to be that way. So Quentin Tarantino, he talked about putting filmmaker and cinematographer and all this shit, not aspiring filmmaker, but filmmaker on the business card, because now, especially if you pass that shit out, bro, you're the filmmaker now, dude. You gotta hurry up and make a film. You have to do the thing so that you can live up to, not the persona, but you put some sort of reality out there, and for you to not lie, you have to start living up to that reality. It kind of like forces you to kick your shit into gear. So some of that's related, and that's good. Those are my future endeavors. So I put a slight hold, or rather, it took up some of the extra time, or some of the time I should have been using for programming today. But I think it's okay. All right, halts. Exiting the whole program early. The last shit we learned seems like break and continue, most likely. Yeah. Okay. Control flow halt. Terminates the program. Implemented as functions instead of keyword. Oh, so like halt something, maybe? Oh, oh wait. I don't see anything actually called halt, but okay. Implemented as functions, so there will be function calls. Okie doke. When a program exits normally. So normally, when main returns, either early or late. So one, we destroy all the local shit. Cool. Next, standard exit is called with the return value from main. Why? Why doesn't it just end? Standard, maybe there's some other things that depend on it and it needs to signal it. Because like if I run another function, okay. With the return value from main passed in as an argument. So main returns to standard exit. To terminate normally. So an expected termination, an expected end. Just says that it ended. We just care about that it didn't crash. Instead of a 0 status code. Excuse me, but it would still terminate normally. So it's like turning off a car. I take the keys, crank them backwards, and take them out of the ignition. It doesn't say anything about how the ride went. Bunch of bumps, I might have crashed, something. But if at the end of the day I'm taking the keys out, it is a normal termination. That's different from, I guess, an abnormal termination where it crashes. Maybe there's no return code, or maybe it's a funky return code, or it's a symbol or something. Maybe it's null. Yep, still a normal termination, regardless of what the function actually returned, what main returned. Okay? What happens if I just call standard exit? Let's see what happens. Oh. I guess I can't call it. It doesn't know what it is, maybe? Yeah. It's not gonna be include. No, you can't just do all of the standard exit. No, I don't know. Include exit. No. Yeah, I don't know. Doesn't matter. Maybe it's not callable. Performs a number of cleanup functions. Static duration objects are destroyed. Okay. Ones that are alive through the entire lifetime the entire lifetime. Created in the beginning and then later on initialized with the real values and then destroyed later. So first is those and then anything else. Oh, like closing files or like relinquishing access to them or something. So main finishes, call standard exit with its code passed in as an argument. Interesting. Standard exit could do different things, maybe. So main terminates, call standard exit with the argument being, or standard exit parameter, but the argument being passed in as the return value. And then it does cleanup things. It kills all the static variables, and then does other cleanups, closes files, or does something with the files. I don't know. Some other miscellaneous file cleanup. Okay. And then control is returned back to the OS, meaning that shit is executing and then it stops. So instead of it executing this, it's executing that. The argument passed to that used as the status code. Hold on. I don't know what this part means. Controls return back to the OS with the argument passed to standard exit. Oh, meaning so mains return code used as the status code. Meaning so exit returns whatever it got. So like excuse me. Like that. So standard exit returns the shit that it was passed as an argument. Okay. Calling it explicitly. See standard library. Okay. Should have known. Can also be called early. Interesting. Okay. Okay. Let's fuck around and find out. Bro, let me sit properly, man. I'm about to snap my shit up. Jesus, where? The back thing was out of whack. No wonder. Oh, wait, what am I doing? Excuse me. Womp. Oh. Like this? What if we did that? There may only be one. Same shit, looks like. Well, yeah, because normally main has the return value, which is passed to exit, which executes, and then relinquishes control back to the operating system with the exit code that it received, the status code it received as the final output. So whether we return from main or we explicitly call exit, standard exit, we get the same shit because the code gets passed either way. We're just skipping the main returning to exit. We're just calling exit straight away. KO. Ow. Pop my hips by pushing my knees together. Okie doke. Also call them explicitly. See standard library. It's called implicitly when main returns. So somehow we already have it without having to actually include it. Okay. Cool. So we're saying 1, and then we're doing cleanup just to test. Okay. And then we are ending with the code 0. And those codes never execute, or those statements rather, that logic never executes. And you'll probably get an unreachable code. I'm curious, does anyone say unreach? Nobody says unreach. Maybe it was in earlier ones where people said that. Yeah, it's got to be the first time where we did a go-to, probably. Unless people were fucking around with returns before. I mean, it would do that too, right? So if we just did... We just did x and x. Oh. Okay, hold it. No, please. Unreachable code. But then if we added a condition, then it would be okay. And I wonder if this will say... Yeah, because we haven't initialized them with a value just yet. Let's value initialize them, bruv. Well, this is okay because we're doing either or. We aren't returning and then not doing the other. We are returning something is true. It's not always going to skip. We test this. My audio is fucked up. Nice. Okay. Yep, those never execute. So it prints 1, it prints cleanup, and then it does not print 2, it exits. Because we use standard exit. Okie dokus. Okay. Yeah, so we could do like a void function. Well, let's see. So we could have a loop and then we could call a function that's called combat, and then it does a loop between prompting the user to attack and then the enemy's health and then the enemy dealing damage to the player and then whatnot. And then when someone dies, the game ends and then it returns. Or when the player dies, we could just do standard exit. That way none of the other shit ends. And maybe we don't want to return. We just want to straight up exit from that function. Okay. Excuse me. Statements after it do not execute. Yep. Although, hold on. Recalled from any function. Yeah, as you'd expect. It doesn't clean up any local shit. Oh. Oh, meaning like stuff would still be in memory and the program didn't clean it up and the program ended and the stuff is still used in the computer's memory without having been fixed. Uh-oh. Oh, is at exit when we specify the cleanup? Still don't know when we would want to do this exit instead of just returning to main and then returning from there. It seems like maybe that is more clean, or so... Oh, because main has to finish first. Once we get to the end of main and hit that last curly brace, that is when we kill the local variables. Okay. Feeling kind of tired. I'm going to go to sleep a little earlier.